Hello everyone, my name is Chantal and we're going to Hanoi tomorrow. Me and him.
We're checked in. First order of business. It's 8:30 p.m. We gotta get some dinner. There's something about the neon lights, the constant scooters honking, crossing the streets and making sure you don't get hit, that really attracts us to Vietnam. So that's why we're so excited to be back here after a year, and it is our first time in Hanoi, which is really exciting as well. So Chantal's leading the way right now to some dinner. We're not sure if the place is closed, but we're hoping to get some Bún Chả, and if we don't, then we're gonna get some Phở Cá. Thank God the Bún Chả place was open. Didn't realize it's Michelin Gourmand, but as soon as we sat down, I was hoping for tiny stools because we love the tiny stools on the streets, but that's okay. Because as soon as we sat down, we didn't even have to order. They just brought it out because they only serve one thing. I think it's a lot of food, but both of us are very hungry after our flight, so cheers. Is it good? Mm-hmm. All right, let's give it a try. Just like a super moist hamburger. There's a lot of green and vermicelli. Oh, this is delicious. It's just like soaked in fat, basically. What'd you think?
It was really good. I'm glad they were still open and it's a great way to start our trip in Hanoi.
Way too much food. We didn't finish everything.
We did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say 95% of the food. It's the greens. There's so much greens. And one piece of the spring roll we couldn't finish either.
So it was 250,000 Vietnamese dong.
And that's for 2 Bún Chả with the spring rolls and a coconut. So I'm guessing it was like 100,000 per and then 50,000 for the coconut. And now we can walk it off because it's a little bit cooler outside than it was inside the shop. All right, now that we've finished dinner, I think we're happy enough to talk about our trip here. Let's recap from the beginning. We came from Singapore.
Yes, and our flight was delayed an hour, which we were aware since the day
yesterday.
before.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour flight, 3.5 hours. Okay. If you are from the U.S. or if you're a U.S. citizen, like for us, we did have to get an e-visa. You can get a visa on arrival, but I feel like that just takes up more time. So we did the e-visa. We'll drop the link in the description box below. It's $25 US, and you basically print the paper out and show the ticketing counter actually in Singapore before we go in, and they didn't check it at immigration, so I think it's already in the system. It's tied to your passport.
So once we arrived in Hanoi, we rushed towards immigration so that we could try to beat the lines because we have no idea what the situation would be like, but it only took us about 20 minutes to get through. So
it looked busy.
It was busy. There's so many, but all of the desks were open, I think. While I waited in line, Harry ran to the ATM and got some cash out. Then we quickly got a Grab outside the airport.
Yep, Grab is definitely the way to go when you're here traveling.
It took us about
40-ish minutes to get to Old Quarter, which is where our hotel is. Price of the Grab was about 306,000 Vietnamese dong.
So we chose to stay at a hotel called O Gallery. It was a really good price per night.
Maybe around $50 US or less even for a room that has a window, which is unusual, but some hotel rooms don't have windows here, and a double bed. But in the US, a double bed is like when you have 2 beds. This is like 2 queen size beds pushed together. I kid you not, it is like bigger than a king size bed. And the neighborhood is old quarters. It's, I think, probably the most popular area. If you go online and search, most of the hotels are going to be here anyway.
The hotel is really nice, and of course it's perfectly located where we can easily walk around. We checked in, we got a nice welcome drink, and they even gave us a map and showed us like all the popular good food places that are all in walking distances.
In fact, the place we had tonight, she recommended, and they're super friendly. They speak perfect English, which is wonderful, of course, for us. It's been a treat to be back in Vietnam, I guess.
It's super hot.
Yes.
We're so sweaty.
I think it's hotter than Singapore.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's very hot. Just a few things to keep in mind if you do need an e-visa when coming to Vietnam. You actually need to book an accommodation before, because it will ask you on the application where you're staying, and also flights actually. So you do need your flights planned ahead, because it'll ask when you're arriving, where you're arriving, and then when you're departing as well. When you're applying, you will need a passport-sized photo. It walks you through exactly what you need to do. It's pretty straightforward, and again, I think it's gonna save you a lot of time instead of getting to Hanoi and then having to go queue up for a visa before you queue up to go through immigration. So Google Maps thinks we're like 20-minute walk from our hotel, but in reality, we're like 5 minutes. It's just that you gotta cross the street like this. There's not really a crosswalk, but technically everyone just crosses it, but Google Maps is, I guess, a legal, law-abiding citizen. This is the bed. I know this is a wide-angle camera, but just compare this to Chantal. It's massive. By the way, I forgot to mention, super excited. We're filming all of our Hanoi content on a new toy that I got. Consider it a birthday present to myself. So we've got the DJI Action 4. Normally we film with the Sony ZV-1, and it's a great camera. I think the quality is probably gonna be better on that, but this is just so handy. I had an old GoPro, and it was time to upgrade, so it's really convenient. And this is it. This little thing right here. Yeah. Anyway, Chantal, what do we do?
So we didn't find any place for dessert because we were pretty full from the Bún Chả. So instead, we walked around. We were heading back towards our hotel. Of course, we were looking for Harry's stickers that he always needs to find. And instead, we stopped by a place to get a foot massage. And we got a little discount. So we said yes for a 1 hour foot massage with a little bit of back and arm massage also. It was really good. I really liked it. For 1 hour, it was about 300,000 Vietnamese dong.
That's including a tip, so we did tip them a little bit. It was $350 originally, and then we were like, I don't know. We were just looking, and then she's like, no, please come in, $250. And we're like, okay, deal.
Good morning. We had breakfast at the hotel, which was included. Had a lot of options. We also got some French toast, some pancakes, but we saved room for coffee. So now we're on our way to get coffee.
Yeah. Okay, we're at a cafe now. It's in the middle of shop houses, so you actually have to go through a few shops. But thankfully there's signs that actually tell you exactly where to go. I think so. All right, we've sat down, we've ordered our coffee. This place is called Phố Cổ. I wish I knew how to pronounce it properly. We ordered 2 pretty popular Vietnamese style coffees. I generally drink black, but since we're here and we're not really gonna be eating a big lunch, I ordered a coconut coffee as well as the egg coffee, which is famous here in Hanoi. The price was reasonable, I think. It was 45,000 per coffee. Chantal mentioned earlier we did have breakfast this morning at the hotel because it is included. I find that in places where we know we want to go eat, we try and avoid hotels that include breakfast, but it was just hard to find one that does. So eat a late breakfast if your hotel includes it and you can't avoid it, and then that way you have enough room in your tummy to go explore and eat more food out in the open wild.
So we just found out that there's actually more seating upstairs. So when we were asking where to sit, she said right here, so we crossed a little bridge, no one here. But I looked on Google reviews and there's actually more seating upstairs. So I think we're gonna check it out to see if there's more of a breeze because nothing is moving here. It continues.
Oh yeah, it's much easier here. How's that?
It's perfect. Woo. So I checked the weather when we were upstairs and it said it felt like it was 106 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a little too hot for us, so we moved downstairs where they have a big indoor seating area. And it's air conditioned, I have a fan behind me, it's really nice.
So it's very busy right now where we are, but we're gonna walk along the lake because we're now cooled off and there's actually more of a breeze here. But supposedly, this whole section where all the traffic is right now is gonna close tonight at 7 p.m. So there's a whole section in old quarters where it's just walking traffic during the weekends at night.
So I did see a scam happen right in front of my eyes. It was these two ladies who were walking and talking, and there was a lady who had tried to sell one of the rice hats to us. So she tried putting it on my head and we just kind of said no, 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 walked away. But then Harry went to go shop for his stickers. I was waiting outside the store and I saw the lady approach the two ladies. And then another guy was also approaching them and he bumped into one of the girls' sandals and actually made it kind of like come apart from the base. So she looked down, he was like, oh, I can fix it. So he bent down to try to fix it for her and she couldn't believe it, and the other friend is distracted getting a hat. He literally just like stepped on her to repair her shoe for her. So
At a cost or?
Yeah, well, at that point they hadn't made any transaction, but she has to pay because he's fixing her shoe for her.
That plus the ladies can then just keep trying to sell the hats.
Yes. Read a few places where it's a thing, but you know, when people try to approach us, we politely say no, thank you, and just kind of try to walk past them, but gotta make a living.
I think it helps. They were two Caucasian ladies, right?
Yes.
I think it helps that I'm Asian, so maybe they're not approaching me as often or as like deliberately.
But you have a camera.
But when we have the camera, we're an easy target, so we try and keep the camera away when we're not filming anything. Tiny stools, those are my favorite. Where are we?
We're in front of St. Joseph's Cathedral.
And we're actually here because we're about to grab some food. There's a pho place here nearby. Google Maps says it's closed, but I don't know if the hours are correct. Unless they only serve pho from like 6 in the morning till 10 in the morning, which absolutely could be true. But we're gonna see if it is. If not, it looks like there's plenty of tiny stools with food.
You gotta stay hydrated. They have a lot of drinking fountains for you to use.
So one thing that's different about this church versus the one that we've seen a couple times now in Ho Chi Minh.
The difference is we can actually see the facade of this church.
The other one is maybe it's not under construction anymore, but we were there 2 different years in a row and it was still under construction. This is a Catholic church and this tree kind of looks like a crucifix with Jesus on it. Intentional? I don't know. Okay, so it is closed. And I think they're prepping maybe even for tomorrow because I heard they sell out like crazy. You know why they sell like crazy? They're Michelin Bib Gourmand.
That's the one.
Yeah. It smells amazing if you like coriander. But we're gonna keep walking down and let's just find something real quick to eat. You know Hey Hey from Moana? Really skinny kind of rooster. Yeah, I found him. Our first tiny stool meal. Little Banh Mi stall on our way back to the hotel. And we got one was actually a hamburger bun, I realized. But both of them have fried eggs because we like fried eggs in our French rolls. Total was 45,000 Vietnamese dong for both, which is like $2 US. All right, let's dig in. Regular bun, hamburger bun. Normally I don't like pate, but it's very subtle in this one, so it's not bad. There's like a lot of fried egg and a hot dog, so that masks the taste of the pate. We just returned from a 90-minute massage. It was epic. The place was called Estava. What's nice is they actually pick you up from the hotel. And we were expecting scooters because, you know, we're in Vietnam, but no, they picked you up in a bougie Toyota. After the massage, we left and I'm like, okay, I'm dead tired because it was just too relaxing. So I needed coffee to wake me up for the rest of the night. Right next door, really cool coffee shop. And I didn't realize that we weren't allowed maybe to take photos. It was until after I left that I saw the like no photos on the board, but got some shots of it anyway. Really cool aesthetics. It feels like a cave home, straight out of the Flintstones.
So we're just a few minutes away from Harry's birthday tradition of eating at Pizza for Peas. We always find ourselves either having pizza and sharing it with friends for his birthday celebration, or now it's become a yearly thing to go to Vietnam, or last year we were in Cambodia in Phnom Penh having Pizza for Peas. So we're gonna devour some delicious pizzas now.
I love pizza. It's just my thing. So here we are. Cute. Thank
Another
you.
year, another birthday.
That's wild. I'm full. I mean, I'm glad it's just like a little ice cream thing. Just wrapped up dinner. Very full. They surprised me. Originally said that the credit card machine wasn't working. I was like, oh, can we get the bill now? Chantal was going to the bathroom. And he's like, oh, sorry, need a minute or two. The machine's broken. And it was because they were waiting for Chantal, I guess, to come back down to give me the little birthday thing. They had the whole spiel like they did last year. So it was good. I didn't need it. I was just happy enough to have the pizza, but no, it was good.
It's closed.
Yep. This is all blocked off. No cars can come through. And this is where the wacky, crazy congestion in traffic was earlier. So this will be a really nice walk.
That's where we were, right? Earlier.
Yeah. Up there is the coffee shop that we were at earlier today. And you can see that there's live music about to start. And we even have tiny stools all over. Street now. It's called actual beer street. So essentially maybe like the cuisine of Hanoi. It's a lot more mild, but it's also a little bit early in the day, so maybe that's the reason.
What are we doing?
We're at 84th Brickyard, which is a little coffee shop. It's 9 p.m. and we just sampled 2 different espressos. We're sampling these because I do want to get a bag, so we're going to get a 200-gram bag to go, because in fact in the back they actually roast their beans right here. So cool experience, really friendly. They talked a lot to us about the different kind of coffees and things like that. So.
So we've done a lot of shopping, a lot of people watching. We've been everywhere. It's so hot, but so many people are out and about, and now we've sat down in Harry's favorite little stools. They're so low. We stopped for a sugarcane drink.